Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Arsenal topic video. We're going to be discussing the FIFA 22 ratings of the squad that we could have at the start of the new season. The season begins on Friday, but of course the transfer window ends at the end of the month. So we still have a few weeks to get those players in that we desperately need. I've left blank positions in where I still think we need players, but this, what you can see on screen, is the whole team that we have at the moment. We've got the 3 players that are out on loan. At the bottom, we've got the players that I think we should be selling or loaning, but of course, they're still part of the squad right now. Right now, you can see their current ratings in FIFA 21, and I'm just going to go around and change on the right side the number to the number I think they will have in the new game. It's going to be difficult. There's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me. Hopefully a lot of you will agree with me. It's been a terrible 18 months or so for Arsenal. Really, really tough. We're in this massive rebuild. Let's see what kind of ratings we have at the end. I haven't even thought about it yet. We're just going to wing it as we go. Up first, we have Leno. We're going to go through the goalkeepers, then the defenders. We're going to work our way down what you can see on screen right now. So the first player is Leno. He's currently 84 rated. He definitely hasn't had the strongest performance in the last season. He's definitely not going to get a higher rating. He will, I think, receive a downgrade. My guess would be 80... Oh my god, that is horrendous. Let me do that again. 83, I'm going to go with. Apologies for my terrible mouse skills of drawing numbers. It's actually quite tricky, but it's kind of like drawing on a whiteboard. It felt kind of fitting for this. Yeah, I'm going to go with an 83. Yes, I know it's in green, but that's just so you can see the difference. I'm not saying he's going to get an upgrade, because clearly this is a downgrade. Up next, we have a Conga, new academy player that's been called up to the first team. He'll be wearing the number 33 shirt next season, last worn by, of course, Petr Cech. No idea what rating he's going to get, because he hasn't got a rating in FIFA 21. He's not in the game yet. But I'll guess, because it's his first year, it'll be something like a 62. Oh my god, that 2 is terrible. It really is quite difficult to do it. I still think we need another goalkeeper. If this was Onana, he would be probably 83, 84 rated. That's what he was in FIFA 21 before he was removed from the game because of his ban. Of course, he was, well, it's called doping. He had something in his system that he shouldn't have, and they banned him, which has now been reduced to, I think he can play in November instead of later next year. So he's had his sentence reduced. I don't know if we're going to bring in another goalkeeper, but Runarsson, we might as well do him now. I mean, he does not justify a 74 rating. Actually, I think I'm wrong. I think that's meant to be 70. So let me just fix that for you guys now. I think he'll just remain 70. He's not going to get an upgrade, and he's probably not going to get a downgrade either. Yeah, if that's Onana, I'd say we'd probably do better. He'd be better than Leno. I think he'd actually be a better goalkeeper. So hopefully we do get him, but it's not looking likely. Now, Cedric, I think he's going to be, unfortunately, like a lot of the other players here, because they didn't shine or do anything in particular, everyone's going to get downgraded because it's Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him come back next season as a 75. So I'm just going to put that in there now. That is a downgrade. Chambers, however, I actually think he's had a very decent pre-season, and at moments he played very well for us last season, so we could see him retain his 75 rating. I don't think he's done enough to improve it, but he definitely doesn't deserve a downgrade per se. And I think that's the same with Holding. I think actually at times last season he did quite well for us. There are links that he's going to go to Newcastle along with Willock. We'll see what happens there, but I'm going to go with a 77. Shall I redo those 7s? They were awful. In fact, I can use shift here and do it much neater like this. We'll do straight lines. Much better. So, new signing Ben White. Reportedly £58 million. There's no way he is going to be 76 rated at the start of next season. I'm going to guess, seeing as he went to the Euros, he had a good year, I'm going to guess 78. That's my prediction. 78 rated for Ben White. And it's crazy that for 58 million, that's all you're going to get these days for an English centre-back. Gabriel, probably 79 again. I don't think he's going to get downgraded. I don't think he deserves to get downgraded. His first season was actually not too bad for us. There were moments where I thought, wow, he's going to be a superstar. And then there were moments where I thought, ooh, he's a little bit raw. We'll see how he progresses this season now that he's fully settled in. And he's got an injury at the moment, so hopefully we'll see him soon. But it looks like we'll be starting the season with Pablo Mari, who I think will retain 76. Is 76 fair? Probably not. But if we're talking FIFA ratings, it probably is going to stay the same. I would say he's probably on the same level as Holding, if not better, so maybe a 77 or 78. Up next, we have KT, Kieran Tierney. I think he had a very good season when he was fit. He did well at the Euros for Scotland, who, of course, ultimately didn't make it through. I think he might receive an upgrade, a small one. I'm going to go 81. That's my prediction. 81 for Kieran Tierney. Up next, we have Tavares. Oh, and actually, before I move on, Kieran Tierney, can we just make him captain already? I actually am sick of Aubameyang being captain. He doesn't seem like a leader to me on the pitch. Maybe off the pitch it's better, but on the pitch you see Granit Xhaka, Kieran Tierney, Bellerin, even Pablo Mari lately just barking out orders, and that's what you want to see. Tavares, another new signing, less than 10 million euros. He is 72 rated in FIFA 21. I think we could possibly see a slight upgrade, maybe to 73, but I honestly, I don't know. That could stay the same. But I think just simply moving to the Premier League and joining Arsenal might bump up his rating by 1, potentially. But also, I think pre-season, he's done very well. And if EA were watching, maybe they will buff a few of those, or improve, not buff. The word buff always makes me think of like MMOs and things like that. I think they will increase his attacking stats because he does look very good on the break. I think 73 would be fair. Now, Maitland-Niles had a loan spell at West Brom. He played in midfield. I think, realistically, he's probably going to get a slight upgrade because of having a pretty decent season. And I think 75 is just a bit harsh for him. He is better than Chambers. He is better than Cedric. I think he deserves a 76. Wait, is he better than Chambers? Ooh, no. Do you know what? I don't think he's necessarily better. I'm going to say 75 then. He will remain 75. Partey, I mean, when he joined, he was up there with Aubameyang. I believe he was 85 at the start of FIFA 21. He didn't have a great season. This guy was never injured before he joined Arsenal. I think he missed 6 games in his professional career. He's already missed 17 or something at Arsenal. We are just cursed. And of course, didn't have particularly great performances when he did play. Deserves the 83, and I think probably will remain 83 for the beginning of the new season. That's my guess. I think he'll remain 83. Now, Conga. I think he's been the surprise signing for the summer window. No one would have seen this coming weeks before it. It just appeared out of nowhere, and man, he looks good. Pre-season, I think he's been one of our best players, and I would like to see him maybe a slight upgrade to a 74 because of that. But it's very possible he will remain 73, or he could be even higher than 74. It depends how nice EA are feeling. Granit Xhaka, I think 79 is too low. I'm going to say he's going to get an 80. That is an awful 8, Matt. Come on, you're better than this. Come on. Oh my God. Oh well, you get it. I think 80 rated is fair. I don't think he deserves more than 80. Although, at the Euros, he was one of the standout midfielders. He really was. If you talk to any of the professional pundits, whatever, anyone to do with the Euros, they would have said that Granit Xhaka was probably the best Swiss player. He honestly was incredible with that bleached blonde hair. He did very well. So I think an 80 is probably about right. And he had a very good season for us. In such a terrible season, he performed quite well. Next, we've got Aziz. And by the way, he's got short hair now. He doesn't have the dreadlocks style anymore. He's gone short hair, and he looks insanely more physical. I don't know what they've been feeding this guy. In the last 6 months to a year, he has gone from a skinny teenager to an adult man. He's huge now. And I think he's going to be playing in the cup competitions for us this season. 100% he deserves an upgrade. I don't know if EA will take notice, but I think he deserves at least a 65. I'd love, love, love to see him get an upgrade. Have you seen some of the goals he's scored for the academy and the under-23s? It's madness. Absolute madness. Now, but before we move on to the more exciting players, let's do the bottom ones here. So, Mavropanos actually has been quite consistent while he's been on loan at Stuttgart, and I think a lot of teams were interested. So I'm going to go ahead and say that he should probably go upgraded to 73. Saliba had a good year, but maybe not enough to justify going up. So I reckon he'll keep his 75. And same with Guendouzi. If anything, he could be reduced to 76, but I'll say he's going to get a 77. Bellerin is probably going to get a 78. I don't think he's going to get improved, or I don't think he'll go down necessarily. So I'll go 78. Kolasinac, I'll also say probably 75. I don't think they're going to change that. Same with El Neni. I think he will get a 77 rating again. Now, Torreira, what is going on with Torreira? Where is this guy? I've seen he's posting pictures of... He's in Madrid right now. He's in Madrid. He's not an Atletico Madrid player anymore. Of course, he lost his mum during COVID, which was horrendous, and he was given time, whatever he needed to, by Atletico Madrid and Arsenal. But he's been playing games for Atletico Madrid since his mother passed away, and obviously over the Euros, he's had his break. Why isn't he back with the Arsenal squad? It's very strange. I don't know what's going on. I want him to come back and fight for a place in the team because I think he's good. But ratings-wise, I don't see him getting 80. I think he's going to drop to a 79. He's had a very, very poor spell in the last 2 years. Just hasn't been good enough. Nelson, who's been at the club for God knows how long, still doesn't look quite good enough, but I think he'll retain his 73. Willian, I'm going to say he's going to get reduced by 2. I reckon we're going to see Willian go down to a 77. And Nketiah, actually, I think will get an upgrade. He's looked very good in pre-season. He's got an injury. He is out for a month. An ankle injury, I believe it was. But I would predict that he's going to go up to a 75. Maybe he will keep the 74. Did he do enough for an upgrade? Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll go 74 then. 74. He's going to keep it. Okay, so back to the main team here. Saka deserves to be at least 80 rated, I would say. It could be he upgrades to 81, and I think that's what's going to happen, actually. I think Saka will get an 81, and I think Pepe will remain 80. I think Saka is a better player in general. He's got more about him. I think Pepe has some unique aspects to his game that he's truly incredible at. I think in terms of scoring, Pepe is the better player than Saka. Those moments where he cuts in on his left foot and curls one home, he's definitely got that in his locker. I also believe he's better with the ball at his feet in general. He's definitely got some skills and some techers right. But Saka is way more consistent, and I think he's more of a not necessarily a team player, but he's better for the team than Pepe. However, they're probably very similar. They're very similar. I just think because Saka's been to the Euros, because he's English, and because there's a lot of hype around him, EA will probably bounce him up to an 81, or bump him up, I should say. Now, arguably, the surprise player of our season was Smith Rowe, and I think he's going to get the rating that Saka had. I think he's going to get upgraded to 79. Does he deserve a 79? Maybe 78? He's 76 at the moment, but maybe a 79 would be fair. You're telling me that he's not at least as good as Saka was at the beginning of last season now, if that makes sense? Maybe he'll get 78, but I genuinely believe 79 would be fair. And now we've got Joe Willock, who I want to keep. I really do, but it doesn't look like we will. I think he will go to Smith Rowe's old rating, and that's a massive 6. I think I reckon Joe Willock deserves a 76. He did really well at Newcastle. He scored a bunch of goals, and he is better than Maitland-Niles for me. You know, if you're comparing other ratings, he is better in that position. You know, technically you could argue that maybe Conga should go up a little bit. I just don't think he will. In terms of new signings, by the way, I'm not really mentioning them, but if we do bring in a Maddison and Ødegaard, you're looking at 82, 83 rated there, so that improves that position a lot. Next, we've got Martinelli. He's a Olympic gold medalist now. He won the gold with Brazil, although he didn't play in the final, which was a shame. He will receive an upgrade, but it won't be a massive one. I think 76. What is with these massive 6s? I don't know. I just can't draw a 6, it seems. I think that's a fair upgrade, and this is why I think we do need another winger. If we are losing Willian and Nelson goes out on loan, maybe, who is our backup left winger? Don't even say Aubameyang. I don't want to hear it. Yes, Smith Rowe could play out on the left side, I guess, but I don't know about that. I do feel like we still need an attacking player like Maddison who can play on the left as well. But yeah, we don't really have an out-and-out winger to back up Martinelli there. Now, up next, we have Balogan, who's also been called up from the Under-23s Youth Academy. He will get a chunky upgrade because he does look good, but I don't think it's going to be any higher than maybe a 68. He will get a significant upgrade, though, because he does look like a future prospect. Does he deserve to be in the 70s? No, but the high 80s for sure. I really do believe that. Lacazette, I think, actually was one of our better strikers last season. I think he will remain 82. I don't think he deserves an upgrade per se. And then Aubameyang. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not even gonna talk about it just yet. Just yeah. Yeah, downgrade. Oh man, Aubameyang, what's happened to him? What has happened to Aubameyang? He's gonna get an 83 rating. And that will still be the highest rated player in the squad, along with Leno and Partey. This is how far Arsenal have fallen as a club. We used to have high 80s. Alexis Sanchez, you know, I can't even name many more in recent years. But do you remember the days where Arsenal had arguably one of the highest rated players every season? At least one of them. And now we are so average. It's terrifying. It really is. But of course, these same players in a year's time could on average go up by 1 or 2 if we have a good season, if they perform well. It's purely because we're coming off the back of 2 8th place finishes and a lack of, I guess, form. Just players not playing at the top of their ability. It is a real shame. It really is. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Is there any that you disagree with strongly? Obviously, there are going to be some that you disagree with, but in general, I'm pretty happy with those ratings. I think that's what we're going to be seeing in FIFA 22. You know, there is one, maybe Balogan, you know, a +6 is a bit much, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think 62 is way too low for him. If Aziz got 62, then Balogan should be maybe 64, 65. And then if he gets an upgrade, then he gets an upgrade, you know? But thank you for watching, guys. Let me know if you want me to do any other teams. I've enjoyed this, just talking football and talking Arsenal, of course. Hopefully these blank faces will be filled soon with signings. Goalkeeper, right back, central midfielder, attacking midfielder, and maybe a striker if Nketiah is going to go out on loan. And then I think we are golden.